you doing? How you feeling? So I'm back with another video. If you see that I have the same makeup and hair as another video, that's because it's the same day. So today I'm gonna be doing a story time. It's gonna be a story time about how the whole school thought we were together, because that's what I'm gonna name this. And I'm sure everybody knows, well, at least from my high school, if anybody watches this video, then they're gonna know what this story time is about. Let's get into the video. So, okay, it all started in the beginning of senior year, as well as another story time that I just put out, if I put that one out first. I was recently single because I did have a boyfriend during junior year, but besides the point, I was single. Recently single, like a few months, and maybe like a month, something like that. So there was this guy that was close to my ex. Should I even give him a name? I don't think I need to give him a name. I don't know, we'll see. I think I called him Sammy. So this kid, we'll call him Sammy. So Sammy was close to my ex. And I hope it's not too soon to make this video. Sammy was close to my ex. Or that's what I thought. So I remember seeing him. We had this class together. It was like a computer class. And I knew he was close to my ex, but I had been friends with him too before I even met my ex. I met my ex like, I think sophomore year. I knew Sammy since freshman year. So keep that in mind, people. So I used to bother him and everything. I remember we went on a Boston trip, I think freshman year, unless it was sophomore year. And like I would bother him all the time on that trip. So I knew Sammy freshman year. Dated my ex junior year. Keep that in mind. Basically, Sammy, he's like the friendly type. He would hug girls. He would like play around with girls, and no matter what girl it was like he was very friendly. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you're single. But he was just friendly. That was known. So, you know, I started confiding in him about my ex because they were close. He basically knew the situation. At least I thought he knew the situation from my ex's part, and he was a nice person, so I started telling him my side. So I would tell him my side and like the way I felt and like things like that. So that's how we started to get close. Maybe I should name this Everybody's Story Was Together Till Valentine's Day. Anyway, so he was close to my ex, and I started confiding in him just because I had nobody else to tell things to. So I just started telling him. And from there, we got closer. We started hanging out. And remember, he's very friendly. And that's noticeable by everyone. But we were close. We would actually hang out and like things like that. Like we would text. We would FaceTime. Very innocent. But the whole school started seeing it. And they started thinking that something was going on. And I'm just like, bro, like, pipe down. Like, it's not that deep. Like, it's really not. Fast forward to like, I want to say like February. He ended up telling me that he liked this girl and that he wanted to ask her for ask her to go to prom. He wanted to do a promposal. So I was like, ooh, I like this. Like, I like doing things like that. Like, I like doing like creative, I'm creative, so I wanted to help him out in the whole promposal thing. So we were thinking of ideas. Mind you, still people thought that something was going on between me and him, which was just like, okay, don't give a fuck. So during February, I was still student council president. In February, which was around Valentine's Day, I think a week before, or like a few days before, we started actually like finalizing like the plan that we were gonna do to do the proposal for this girl. The student council group, we all decided that we were gonna do Valentine's Day grams. So basically people would like pay $1 and then write on a little note, and then on Valentine's Day we would deliver the little bags of candy and whatever to the person that they sent it to. So I was thinking, since I'm student council president and he was gonna get her like a box of chocolates and like, I don't know, I think he got her like a box of chocolates and maybe something else, but I'm not sure. I do remember the big box of chocolates that was like a heart. So I told him, give me the box of chocolates and write a note saying like, oh, I like you, or I don't know, it was like I like you or something like that, and then put from anonymous so she wouldn't know, because Valentine's Day was a Friday. So I was telling him, don't propose on that Friday, leave it till Monday, so that way the box says anonymous, so she'll be thinking about who could it be up until Monday, and then Monday during lunch, proposal. So he gave me the box of chocolates, the big heart of box of chocolates, and he put a note and he said, he probably should have made me write it, because like once she did know who it was, like she kind of like low-key put 2 and 2 together because of his handwriting, but that's okay, that's sweet. So he wrote the note, he wrote whatever he wrote, and then from anonymous to, what should we name her? Let me see, what should we name her? I mean, I don't think she's gonna be in too many stories, but okay, let's call her Jenny. He wrote the note to Jenny from anonymous, and he gave me the box of chocolates. We had this little cart filled with all the little Valentine's Day grams, and I put the box of chocolates on top while we were making the deliveries, and we stopped by her class that period. We gave her the box of chocolates because I think I know what class she was in. I think it was like right before lunch, so I think it was like 5th period. So 5th period, we ended up stopping by her class, and we gave her the box of chocolates, and she didn't know who it was from. And then we left, and like part 1 of the plan succeeded. So that was good. So once the day was over and we had already delivered all the Valentine's Day grams and everything, me and Sammy went into the guidance counselor's office, something like that. It was like the main, was it the main office? Or the guy? No, we went to the guidance counselor's office, and there was an office all the way in the back that was like, that had a door and you could like close it. So we like closed it because we didn't want Jenny to like pass by or walk in and see what we were doing. He was gonna write in a big piece of paper like, will you go to prom? No, I think, oh my god, what did he say? He wrote something cute. He was like, oh, da 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 da, so will you go to prom with me? Like something like that. I wish I knew what the fuck he said. Whatever. So he wrote on that cute big piece of paper, and I like helped him out with like using a bunch of colors. So I was like, let me like help you out a little bit. Like he wrote it in his handwriting, but then I like decorated it and like did like the cute shit. Like it wasn't too grand, but like it was cute. So I think either me or someone else walked out to see if she was near, because I think I had heard her. So she was. So we was like, oh shit. So we hid like all the paper and we put it in the back. Like we put it like near where our book bags were. And then like she walked in and like a few other people walked in, and we were all just talking about it. And me and him were sitting next to each other because I was obviously like helping him and stuff. And she came and she sat like in front of us where the tables were, and then other people were there. So we were like trying to feed her like ideas of who it might be. George. So we were telling her that it might be this kid George, because I changed his name, so we're gonna call him George. So we were thinking, we were like telling her like, oh, it might be George because we overheard him talking about it, and like we don't know, but he has said that he wanted to ask her to prom, but she wasn't really like happy about it. But like, that's okay. So we were like telling her like, oh, maybe it's George, or maybe it's this one, or maybe it's that one, or maybe it's Leo. Like, we were just giving her ideas of who it might be. That way she wouldn't think that it's Sammy. Because remember, everyone thought that me and Sammy had something going on. So she wouldn't have thought that it was Sammy. Because in her eyes and in everybody else's eyes, he probably would have asked me to go. Totally not the case, obviously. So she was like, she even said at one point, she was like, oh, well, I don't think it's Sammy because, you know, you two are, you know. So I was like, little do you know, sis, little do you know. She ended up leaving, and we ended up like finishing, and he put it in his bag. Fast forward to Monday, we talked about the plan a little bit. So we decided to use, I don't want to say use him, but we asked George if he could help us with the promposal. So basically, our other friends that were also in the community service class, we told them after she gets out of her 5th period class, which is like after that it's 6th period, everybody goes to lunch. We told everybody to get her and bring her to in front of the Spanish room, because that's where me and Sammy were like preparing. So we were in front of the Spanish room, and he had the sign. I think he got her like, I don't know what he got her. He got her like a few things and the sign. So, it's so cute. So we told, I just said his name. My fault. So we told George, we told George to hold the sign once they brought her over, so she could think that George is asking her to prom, right? So he was just like standing there with the sign. And I was like next to the door, because I was supposed to knock on the door. And when I knocked on the door, Sammy was supposed to come out and ask her to prom. I'm so smart. Fuck, I keep almost saying it. So George was holding the sign. So in her eyes, George was going to ask her to prom. So like the whole time she was just like, I was like, oh shit, damn, okay. But so George was holding the sign. Then once everything got quiet, I knocked on the door 3 times. He didn't fucking hear me. I was like, bro, like it's the knock. Like the knock is your cue. I knocked on the door. I was like knocking on the door, and he finally came out, and everybody was like, woo! So, and then she started smiling. So I was like, oh, you're welcome. So, Sammy came out and he asked her to go to prom. Everybody was like, oh my god. Everybody was recording low-key, because low-key we couldn't have our phones, but that's alright. So we all like, everybody was like, woo, woo, woo. Then we would usually stay in the Spanish room during lunch, because nobody really, well, not nobody, but most of us that were in that group, we didn't want to go upstairs to the lunchroom, so we would just stay in the Spanish room. At least that day, we for sure stayed in the Spanish room. So we were just like talking about it and everything. And then we like, I remember I had went to the community service room where we all usually chill, even during lunch sometimes. And we went in there, and this lady, did I name her? We're gonna name her Miss Fila. So Miss Fila, I don't know why, I just thought Miss Fila. She was like, oh, what did he get you? Or like, oh my god, how did he do it? Like, did he do it for you? Basically asking me how I felt about the damn promposal, as if it was for me. So I was like, what do you mean? Like, it wasn't for me, it was for Jenny. And she was like, I thought you guys were, I was like, no. Every single time somebody says that me and him are together or like something's going on, I always say no. So why do you think that would have happened? Like, I get why it looked, I get how it looked. But if I'm telling you that's not the case, then that's not the case. So drop it. But the proposal was a success. So even though I do feel like people probably still had some misconceptions about me and him having something going on, up until that point, it got a little better because people saw, like, I helped him do the proposal. If I liked him or something was going on, why would I help him do the proposal for another girl? Makes no sense. So, yeah. So that was the story time about how everybody thought we were together up until Valentine's Day. Even though the proposal wasn't on Valentine's Day, but that's alright. But yeah, they looked so cute. Like, they were like coordinating. I think she wore, what did she wear? I think did she wear purple? I'm not sure. Did she wear purple? I'm not sure. But they look so cute. Like, her hair was all dead. She looks so pretty. The tea, honey, the tea. See you guys next time. Yeah, so that's my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.